How are we doing, guys? Always to be Leeds 0, Sheffield United 1, my match review of the game. So look, we know it's frustrating. We know it's probably the worst case scenario that could have come out yesterday, losing the game. You know, at the end of the day, we have to get over that. It's massively disappointing, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not disappointed with the performance. It's just frustrating, isn't it, really? It's hard to put into words. It's probably the strangest game I've had all season by far. You know, I was pretty proud of the first half. Elements of the second half very good, creating chances, but just didn't take them. And then we make crucial mistakes at crucial moments in the game. Well, you know, it's one of those things. You make mistakes. It's always going to be the tight margins at the sides of games like that. But yeah, it's frustrating, guys, isn't it? Let's be honest. There's no two ways about it. It wasn't what we wanted, but we can't get too downhearted. At the end of the day, we cannot get too downhearted. You know, you've got to just stay positive. You know, at the end of the day, we took on a fantastic team. The first half, first sort of 30-35 minutes, I felt we'd been well on top of the game. Okay, Sheffield United definitely last 10 minutes of the first half started to threaten. You know, we started to definitely create chances. But at the end of the day, going forward, you know, we've got one of the best defences in the league. In fact, statistically, the second best defence in the league. I'm not sure 100% what the stats are, but I think there's like averaging 1 goal every 2 games letting in since January. They're on like 36 points from 15 games. So this was never going to be an easy game. And to be fair, I don't think we deserved to lose the game. I'll be honest. The elements of the second half I wasn't happy with, but I don't think we deserved to lose the game. But look, let's go into the team we started with anyway. So we went 4-1-4-1. I kind of felt possibly we're going to go back 3 today, yesterday. Also, guys, the reason I'm a little bit late, took ages to get home yesterday. I wasn't going straight off from Leeds to Southport, so I didn't quite get a chance to film yesterday. I apologise for this going out late, but I've had a day to sort of reflect on it, just under 24 hours, and it's probably better than what my feeling was after the game, straight away. But yeah, I felt possibly we're going to go back 3 in this game. You know, I felt with Sheffield United going 2 up top, maybe Sharp and McGoldrick, who link up so well, let's be honest. That front 2 links up brilliantly. No matter what you felt of Billy Sharp's, you know, what he did yesterday, he's a fantastic player, let's be honest. He's a fantastic player. One of the best strikers this league's probably ever seen. You know, in terms of longevity, consistently doing it season on season. Okay, we didn't see the best of Billy Sharp at Leeds, but he's a superb player. And he knows how to wind up players. He knows how to get into people's heads. Conor's touched on it. He got in Liam Cooper's head yesterday. Let's be honest, he did do that. And there's no shame on Liam Cooper. He does it on everyone. Billy Sharp's a fantastic player. Not that I'm going to say I agree with him. Elbow and punch Jansen in the head. There you go, one of those things. But yeah, so we went for back 4. They've never really changed it during the game. Stuck with the 4-1-4-1. And yeah, I think we started the game well. You know, I think we do start the game well. You know, Jack Harrison has a chance. Brilliant little cutback off Matthias Click, but lovely bit of play in the build up to that. You know, Luke Hayden's Pablo Hernandez on that right hand side starting to combine really well. You know, maybe we haven't seen it so much over the last couple of weeks, but that's a massive positive for me. Luke Hayden coming back into top form for me. You could even say last 5-6 games since we all really doubted Luke Hayden, he's probably playing some of his best football in the Leeds shirt for me, certainly since his first season at the club. Lovely ball to Pablo Hernandez. Pablo Hernandez superbly picks out Matthias Click. We break through, and there's a great chance of Jack Harrison unmarked. Okay, it comes onto his right foot rather than his left, but it's one he should be getting on target for me. And from that kind of distance, he's fancied him to score there, but we missed that chance. And it's a superb move in the build-up to that. We've had a couple of one-on-ones as well. Okay, bouncing ball. It's not really the cleanest shot you can get off, but there's one for Bamford, there's one for Jack Harrison. One-on-one. Okay, it's not the easiest of chances, but the ones we expect us to get on target. Both blaze over the bar, frustrating, but we're breaking down a really good defence. Let's be honest, Sheffield United, the way they sort of set up, it always felt like they were going to try and counter-attack us. They were trying to calm the game down as much as they could for the first 30-40 minutes. And to be honest, I think we stopped them doing that. I thought we pressed them really well. Every time they tried to have periods of possession, I thought we pressed really well. Matthias Click, Tyler Roberts, first 30 minutes, won the ball back really high. They didn't do loads in possession, but very good and tenacious off the ball, which is what you like to see. And I thought, of course, Calvin Phillips, as always, was tenacious too. But yeah, I think we disrupted Sheffield United's game plan quite a lot. You know, I thought we broke them down really well, which is good. You know, obviously Chris Wilder, he's adapted the Sheffield United team since they went 3 up against Villa to be a little bit more defensively aware. Not defensive, they're not a defensive team at all. They did come to attack at times, but it was mainly on counter-attack. So I don't think they're willing to sort of, you know, you saw Chris Basham going into the midfield, Martin Craney going to centre-back. It felt like a very sort of rigid kind of 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, but they still went with 2 up top at Leeds, which is brave, and they got the rewards for it, didn't they, at the end of the day. But yeah, of course, we see the George Bulldog this year, and that goes against us. For me, that is a red card. You know, I have to say it's a red card, but we can't. You know, at the end of the day, decisions aren't going to go against you. You know, we've had ones go for us, and we know we've had tons that have gone against us. Let's be honest, we've had tons of decisions that have gone against us. But at the end of the day, we have to take responsibility for it ourselves. We missed chances today. Even if we had 10 men, we still missed chances today. We didn't get a shot on target. But it might sound like I'm criticising the performance in some ways. It's just frustration. You know, I thought the performance was good. I thought, to be honest, that the fairest result would have been a draw, a 1-1 draw, to be honest with you. I felt both teams deserved to score, certainly in the first half. And it's just a great game of football. It's just absolute blow at the end. You know, we make the mistake. We go into the second half, we make some changes. We make a quick change on the left-hand side. You know, Jack Harrison, again, didn't make enough happen for me. And it's frustrating because Jack Harrison has been playing well sort of the last 3-4 weeks. I have to say that I've not been a Jack Harrison fan this season, but he pressed well at times in the game, but didn't do enough in possession for me again. George Bulldog's on a yellow card, potentially even a red card. If he puts in one more bad challenge, you're getting a red card there for George Bulldog. Jack Harrison has to be taking his man more there for me. He has to be trying to force the challenge or something like that, or at least try and make something happen, because he knows George Bulldog can't dive in, or if he does dive in, he's going to get sent off. He has to take him on more for me. Gianni LUFC did have that idea. He did try and take him on a bit, to be fair. But yeah, just to forget as well, I forget, you know, Tyler Robinson's fantastic header as well, which is just wide. Great bowling off Alioski, talking about Alioski there. And, you know, that's 4 chances there in the first half, and we didn't get any of them on target. It didn't really force the keeper into a save. And that's frustrating. You know, it has to be frustrating when you have all that play in that lot, and as much as I praise that first half, you have to test the keeper there. You have to be clinical, and that's something we have been the last 3 games prior to this. But today, yesterday even, I keep saying today, why do I keep saying today? Yesterday, we didn't do that, did we? Let's be honest, we didn't test the keeper enough and weren't clinical. We sort of panicked a little bit when we got the chances, which is a bit of a concern. But sometimes you have games like that. We've had games like that this season. We've had games where we've been clinical and took every chance we've had. You know, it's just the way it is. But yeah, we made that change on the left-hand side. Jack Harrison comes off. Barry Douglas comes to the left back. Johnny Oski goes to the left wing. And let's be honest, it didn't work. It was horrendous. It was a horrendous. Yeah, there was no link up on that side at all. And I've got to be honest, being a massive defender of Barry Douglas, because I think Barry Douglas had a good season for me. And I think, of course, he's not shown his Wolves form, but yesterday it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough for Barry Douglas. You know, the goal, we'll go to the goal. Of course, Liam Cooper has to take most of the blame. You know, he should be reading that situation a bit better. But mistakes happen. Liam Cooper's played 30, 35 games this season. I can think of 2 mistakes tops. Yesterday and Brentford, where he gave a ball away. That, you know, 2 mistakes in a season. That's pretty solid, isn't it? Let's be honest. And he's played most of the season as well. He's been superb. Let's make no mistake about that. Okay, he cost us the goal. He made the mistake. It happens. Okay, it's happened at a big time. It happens. But I can't. You know, what frustrated me more was Barry Douglas not tracking his man. You know, why is Barry Douglas like 10, 15 yards out of position? Okay, he tries to sprint back into position, but it's too late. You know, it's frustrating. It's one that I pet hates, that when we concede goals with people out of position. I can accept sometimes individual skill allows someone to dribble past, and sometimes be some absolute worldies. You're going to make mistakes, but when you're out of position, I can't. That's the type of goal I can't stand. That when you can see when you're out of position, when you're not even in possession of the ball, I just can't understand that goal. But it's one of those. You know, I don't want to have a go at Barry Douglas too much either, because Barry Douglas has had a good season for us. And I've been a massive defender of Barry Douglas and I'll continue to be. But yesterday, it didn't have the desired effect that I thought it was going to have. I thought Gianni Alioski pushing further up would have more of a go at George Bulldog. It didn't materialise really that way. You know, I think it really took a lot of Alioski's game, and it took a lot out of Douglas's game too. I don't think they're linking too well on that side. Potentially, another option could have been to move Pablo Hernandez onto the left, Gianni Alioski onto the right. But still, didn't quite have the effect. And yeah, you know, of course, Sheffield United get the goal. It's brilliant off Billy Sharp, let's be honest. Disappointing defensively, probably the most disappointing goals conceded all season. But, you know, I've got to say, Barry Douglas, Liam Cooper, they've not made that many mistakes for me that's led to goals. You know, I have to say, you know, I know Barry Douglas gets a lot of criticism at the minute because he hasn't shown his Wolves form. He hasn't been quite as influential going forward as we wanted him to be. His set pieces haven't had the same qualities we would have expected, but he still had a good season for me. So I don't want to have too much of a go at them or have too much of a knee-jerk reaction. Certainly not. And of course, the red card happens then. Tyler Robson hits the post. Lovely cutback off Mateus Click. We just didn't quite do enough when we went 1 down for me. Didn't quite break him down enough. Sorry, Pontus missed that chance as well. We just didn't quite break him down as much as I wanted us to. You know, it's one of those, but I can't be too critical. Over 90 minutes, we've had 5 or 6 clear chances to score. We've not taken them. You can't criticise Marcelo Bielsa too much. You know, I think maybe that substitution didn't work, but I could see the thinking behind it. It just didn't quite work for us in the end of the day. I think Pablo moving into the inside, I wasn't quite sure on that, to be honest. I felt Pablo was always going to be at his best out wide. Clarkey's always at his best on the left wing for me, cutting in and having shots. But it's one of those, we'll learn from it. We will learn from it. You know, we've got Conor to come back. Sheffield United have still got some tough games to play. We're 1 point behind. You know, look, I know Sheffield United are a fantastic team. Norwich are a fantastic team. You know, look at how far clear Norwich are now. They're on a 6-game winning run. Norwich are probably going to win the league, or at least be top 2. Let's be honest about it. You know, maybe they might completely mess it up if they lose a game, but I can't see it. I can't see Norwich messing up. Sheffield United, they've not quite got the same gap on us. They're still on a great run as well, and we've still got to be at 100%, you know, to keep up. But at the end of the day, we were 2 points ahead of Sheffield United before this game. Things change very quickly in football. Things change very quickly. We've got a run of 2 games after Millwall, where we play we play Birmingham, we play Preston, they play Preston, they play Birmingham. It's a very interesting sort of 4-day, 5-day cycle. What happens in that sort of spell, I think, is going to be key. You know, I think they're 2 definitely losable games for both teams, and it's going to be a real hold your nerve moment again. You know, they said even if we'd have won yesterday, and they still said there's a long, long way to go. We might be 5 points clear with 8 games to go, but with 8 games to go, a lot can happen in 8 games. You know, a lot can happen. You know, the pressure will start to tell. I think it's 7 games in the next month, I think it is, maybe 6 actually. That is a lot of games, and fitness is going to play a factor. There's going to be a lot of different factors going into this. At the end of the day, I didn't think we deserved to lose yesterday, but played a fantastic team. We've had a bit more of a go. I mean, in the sense that the last time we played a fantastic team, Norwich, it didn't work for us that day. We were absolutely terrible in the second half. Our heads dropped. Yesterday, okay, there wasn't quite the same quality there the last 20 minutes. We've got to still be positive about that. We've still had 2 chances to potentially come back into the game. It's a game of positives and negatives for me. It's probably been a bit of a rambling one, this one. I'm still trying to collect all my thoughts. It's the strangest game, I think, all season. In terms of how to react to it, you know, it's bitter disappointment, but there's positives still there. At the end of the day, 1 point behind, still a long way to go, guys. You've got to stay positive. You know, I'm still staying positive. You know, I can't wait for the next game. You know, I genuinely cannot wait for the same game. I hope it's come across like that. I still feel positive about this team. You know, we've got a superb manager, superb players. Things can still happen for us. Keep the faith. Man of the match, anyway, for me, has to be Pontus Jansson. I've not even mentioned Pontus Jansson going in goal. I mean, he's just an absolute warrior yesterday. He probably could have come off at half time after the Bulldog challenge. He didn't. He stayed on the pitch, made a crucial challenge at 1-0 that could have potentially, you know, ended the game. Okay, we lost the game anyway, but still, at the end of the day, superb. Went in goal. I just thought he was superb. Yeah, he missed that chance, okay, at the end, but just an absolute warrior yesterday for me. Shout outs to Luke Ayling. Pablo again, I thought was good again. Yeah, I don't think it was a superb game individually for players. One of those. Pontus is man of the match for me. It's been a bit of a random one today, guys. I'm sorry it's late, but I've been Oscar Marriott. I'll see you later. Keep the faith.